Long, long ago, when humans were still figuring out how to make fire and invent Wi-Fi, there existed a distant ancestor of the modern dog, the wolf. Wolves were cunning, powerful, and deeply terrifying, kind of like nature's version of a top-level boss battle. But among these fearsome predators, there were a few who weren't quite as fierce. Maybe they weren't great at hunting, or maybe they just got tired of running around all day. Either way, these wolves started hanging out near human campsites, drawn in by the delicious smells of roasting mammoth and the enticing possibility of scoring some leftovers. At first, humans were understandably nervous. Is that wolf going to eat us, or just the leftovers? They'd wonder. But these wolves had a different idea. They would sit nearby, wagging their tails and doing their best to look less like predators and more like hopeful, oversized puppies. Humans, being naturally gullible when confronted with anything that wags its tail, started tossing scraps to these wannabe pets. The wolves quickly realized they were onto something. The strategy was simple: sit, stay, beg, and let the humans do the hunting. It was the original work smarter, not harder philosophy. Over time, a mutual understanding developed. The wolves became a little less wolfy and a lot more friendly, while humans discovered that having a furry companion around was pretty useful. These early proto-dogs were great at warning about approaching danger, helping with hunts, and keeping feet warm on cold nights. Plus, they were excellent at looking innocent after accidentally knocking over the stew pot. As generations passed, these wolves evolved, growing smaller, fluffier, and better at puppy dog eyes. They began to adapt to human life so well that eventually they got their own bed in the house and a spot next to the fire, leaving their wild cousins to fend for themselves in the forest. Humans, in return, gave them treats, belly rubs, and an unending supply of silly names. Thus, the dog was born, a creature that would become humanity's best friend, loyal sidekick, and ultimate master of emotional manipulation. From the frosty tundras to the sunny savannas, dogs spread across the globe, joining humans on every adventure, from hunting and herding to starring in viral videos. And so, what started as a simple trade, table scraps for companionship, grew into one of the greatest love stories in history, proving once and for all that humans really can be trained to obey their furry overlords.